Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 21 of Christy's from Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. So we are into the last third. So of course, as always, Christy, Crystal, and I, and there have been a few really keeping up with us, MK, Kristen, Ronnie, over on Instagram, Liz and Tina and Vicky has been keeping up as well. So there are just so many of us playing along. So of course the playlist, Chrissy's playlist, is linked down below, as is the Facebook group, the Redefine Creative public page, because Christina scraps live every day, which is fun. So if you want to see a live, just pop on over to the public page. It's not a group that you have to join. You just need to follow the page and you can watch the videos every single day. And everybody that I know that is playing along every day is linked down below. And I think Jojo's been trying to play along as well pretty much every day. Anyway, today we again have a gorgeous, fun and versatile page maps sketch that has some small photos and a larger photo. And let's see where I went with this one. And I am using my How to Kill a Kid with Style, my lovely Cocoa Vanilla Daydream collection that I got from Scrapbook Your Joy here in Canada. And I love it. This is a fun layout. I definitely took a little bit of a different direction, but I think you can see that I have the basic idea of a sort of larger rectangle here, a smaller one here, a photo, a little bit of a larger photo, offset to the left a little bit here, some smaller photos. Where I went a little bit differently is I decided to use some tags here, because this layout is doubling as my challenge from the Secret Not Secret Kid Club party just this past weekend. And this was Christy's challenge, which was When I Grow Up. And the idea was to create a layout with elements of that would point the viewer maybe to, as a child, what we might have wanted to be then when we grew up. Now, you could take it literally and definitely just document a page about what you wanted to do professionally when you grew up, or her original intent was to put elements on a page that would point people to what that might be. So that is where I went, and I am going to challenge you to leave me a comment down below. And if you look at this page, what do you think I wanted to be when I grew up? And on tomorrow's video, I will give you that answer. Anyway, so I used some tags here instead of the additional, the pattern paper squares, but I do have this lovely painterly watercolor strip paper underneath, which I love, the little bit of the rainbow. Then I use this larger tag. I basically use the pattern papers to make 3 different, and these I made by hand. I really just made by hand. I cut by hand, and I made these tags by hand, and I use this one for some journaling so that I would have quite a bit of writing on here. This one, which I did just a teensy bit of embellishment, and the rainbow one. So all I did here was basically ink the edges to give them a little bit of definition. I have my twine. As you know, we are trying to use over in the Freeze Gang, we're trying to use fabric this month. So I've got some twine in all 3 of my tags, and I made these little hole protectors as well. I backed my photos in this lovely sort of bluish gray paper, and then I just added that strip here down the middle so that it would give a little bit of definition and differentiation between the 2 sides of the layout. And my title today has a story, and basically this is really just about when tennis needed to be shut down, as all of the sports were being shut down, of course, earlier this year. And at first they thought it was only going to be 6 weeks, of course, it turned into a lot more. And this is just a text that my nephew and I were sending. I sent him he sent me a text, Wimbledon, with emojis crying. I sent him this Bitmoji back, and he sent me sad because Wimbledon was simply canceled. This one tells us that the French Open was going to be later in the year, and it did in fact happen. It says here, September 20th to October 4th, and I think that is exactly when it did happen, with all sorts of rules and regulations after the U.S. Open. The U.S. Open at that point were saying that it was highly unlikely that they would have it. They were considering having it with no spectators, but that was a possibility at that point that was highly unlikely. In the end, that is what they did. So I used here my happy life in the Navy. Today has a story, these are Pink Fresh. I think, are these Pink Fresh or Thickers? I'm not quite sure, but they're a lovely scripty font. And then I have some lovely, lovely wood buttons that I got from Shadney, which is a new online store. She's also here. She's a YouTuber, and we do a couple of collaborations together. She's a member of the Scrappy Inspiration group as well. And these are just gorgeous. So there's a little pencil here, a camera, a star, a heart. And then for the sort of fifth round textural element here, I used a flare from the Daydream collection, Oh My Stars. And I dug out yet again my lovely Nouveau drops. I'm so happy to have rediscovered them, but to have done justice to my enamel dots. But now I can pretty much go full steam ahead using my Nouveau drops, which I'm so thrilled about. So there you go. That is me for day 21. Now, if you are looking at the elements on this layout, the elements that I used, what do you think I wanted to be when I grew up, when I was a child? Leave me a comment down below, and I will let you know tomorrow for the fun of it. It was a fun challenge, my lovely friend Christy. Thank you so much. Make sure you pop on down and spend some time looking at all the inspiration that is out there, of course, today. And if you are playing along, please use the hashtag 30DSCBL6 so that we can find you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Bye.